All right, so we have another fourth degree polynomial, and we're asked to factor it given it that 4 is a zero with a multiplicity of 2. So the first thing we want to do is we want to set this up, and we're going to synthetically divide by 4. For our coefficients here, we're going to use 1, negative 14, 24, 224, and negative 640. So that's going to be 1, negative 14, positive 24, positive 224, and negative 640. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. First thing I'm going to do with this is bring down my 1. And then I take 4 times 1, which is 4. I add negative 14 plus 4, and I get negative 10. Now I take my 4, multiply it times negative 10, which is a negative 40. Now I go through and add a positive 24 plus negative 40. So 24 minus 40 is negative 16. Now I take 4, multiply it times a negative 16, and that gives me a negative 64. 224 minus 64 is a positive 160. In the last one, 160 times 4 is exactly what I wanted it to be. That is a positive 640, which gives me a remainder of 0, which is exactly what I want. That verifies that 4 is a factor. Now, I don't have to rewrite anything. I'm going to do the same thing again, because by saying that it has a multiplicity of 2, it tells me that I have, and 4 is a factor again. So I'm just going to do the same thing, only synthetically divide by 4 a second time. So same process, the 1 comes down, and that gives me a 1. Then I have 4 times 1, which is 4. A negative 10 plus 4 is a negative 6. Now I take 4 times 6, and that gives me a negative 24. Those signs are the same, so I add them together. Negative 24 plus a negative 16 gives me a negative 40. And last one, 4 times a negative 40. Again, that gives me exactly what I want. That gives me a negative 160, which again is back to 0. All right, so I've used and done that for twice because it has a multiplicity of 2. Now, I'm going to go back to the quadratic because I've divided twice. I've divided out an x squared. So now I can say that x minus 4, that's my multiplicity of 2, what is left? Now I take everything that was here and put back in my x squared, my 6x. Now I can go through and factor that. I'm going to do that in 2 steps because I want to write it all out. So that's x squared minus 6x minus 40. So now I can factor that one more time. It's a polynomial, and x squared becomes the first 2 terms in my binomial. Now I look at the factors of 40. My factors of 40 are 1 times 40, 2 times 20, 4 times 10, and that's the one I want to go ahead and use with this. I want to use 4 and 10. I want that to be that a positive 4 and a negative 10. And that will be my factored form of this particular polynomial.